Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Yomi. My name is Yomi and I make college, art, and travel related videos. And for today's video, I will be doing a real talk. I'll be talking about whether or not college is the best time of your life, because a lot of people who went to college will talk about college as if it's the glory days, it's the best time ever. Like, they really reminisce on their college days. And while I think I will reminisce on the college days to a certain extent, I definitely don't even feel like it's been the best period of my life. I'm only 21 years old, but I would hope that the further periods of my life will be much better than college, because personally I've struggled a lot in college, and I know some of you have also struggled a lot in college, but I think you don't really hear about people struggling in college, you just hear about all of the good things about college. So I'm going to make an alternative video where you can hear maybe why some people don't enjoy college, and if you don't enjoy college, know that you're not the only one. While I do want to say that I am very grateful to be attending a university and to be getting a degree which will help me get into the career I want to get into and the field that I want to get into, and it's really amazing to be able to read and have access to all of these books in the libraries, and to go to a university that gives like good financial aid, and to have all of these opportunities to meet people and be in clubs and live around people that I'm friends with. I've personally struggled a lot in college. Like, I really appreciate a lot of things in college. Some of the cool jobs I've worked on campus have been amazing. Being able to eat with my friends for dinner, breakfast, lunch has been amazing. But there have been a lot of aspects about college which I haven't really loved. And if you've watched my videos in the past, you know that I've struggled in college, like emotionally, mentally, academically, when it comes to work-life balance, when it comes to relationships like with friends. I've struggled a lot in college. I feel like college is the loneliest period of my life for me so far, because I go to university all the way in Rhode Island, which is a 3-hour flight away from my home in Florida. So I really went to a university that was where I knew no one. Like, I only have 2 family members who live in the same state as me, and none of my family members live on this side of the country. Some of my family members live in New York, which is like a 3-hour train ride away, so it's not super close. So a lot of college I felt pretty lonely. Like, I didn't go to college with any of my friends from high school, any of my friends from middle school, elementary school. I've seen so few people that I went to high school with since I graduated. I've seen maybe like 10 people that I went to high school with since I've graduated, and I'm now a senior in college. I'm in my 4th year. So college has been a period of loneliness for me, and I've often found it hard to relate to people, and I've found it hard to balance classes and to balance work, and the academics can be quite challenging. Like, there are some classes that I've taken in college which just really took a toll on me physically and mentally, because when you're up all night studying, not being able to understand the material, and then not doing well on the tests or the quizzes, it can really take a toll on you. So college isn't necessarily the best time of your life. You can feel lonely, you can feel sad, you can feel like you don't enjoy college, and that's okay. Because people will make it seem like you have to enjoy college. Like, sometimes I tell people that I have trouble relating to people, and I have trouble forming close bonds with people in my university. Like, I have a lot of acquaintances and a lot of people I say hi to, but I have trouble having close bonds with people who I'm in university with. Just for various reasons. Like, I'm just a very unique person, so I really don't live a similar lifestyle to many people around me and many people my age, just because of the uniqueness of my personality. Like, I think it clashes with a lot of people. So I just end up being very different than people. Like, if people like red, I like blue. If people like tall, I like short. If people want to go left, then I go right. And that's just how I've always been. And I think that can cause issues when trying to get closer with people. So I've had trouble relating to people in university, which has caused a lot of loneliness for me personally. And you just see other people on campus who are close with so many people, like, who they share their deepest, darkest secrets with. And I just feel like I don't really have that with people. I have a few people who I have that type of friendship with, but those type of friends I only see like 3 times a semester, because they're so busy, I'm so busy. Like, it feels like whenever I want to hang out with one of my friends, I have to coordinate, and they'll say, like, oh, let's do 2 weeks from now. So like if I want to hang out with one of my friends, I have to plan 2 weeks in advance, which that's not fun. And that's part of adulting. So for me, college has been like a lot of stress with like academics and struggling in classes and not getting the grades that I want to get, because growing up, I always got great grades. And then when I started going to a prestigious university, my grades didn't always reflect the grades that I got growing up. Like my grades were never bad, but I remember like in my first essay that I ever wrote at Brown, I got a C. And I was like, I got a C minus slash, I got a C plus slash B minus, which I don't really know what that means because it's not one finite grade. But I was so upset when I saw that because I had never gotten a C on a paper before. And I'm like, what is this? So there were a lot of new experiences for me in college. And I remember French was always like one of my best subjects in school. Like I would get perfect grades on my French exams. Like my French teachers would ask Yomi, like, do you speak French at home with your parents? Like, are you like a native speaker? Like they thought my French was really good. And I remember I wrote a French paper here for one of my classes and I also got a C. And I got the lowest grade on the class. Like the class only had like 5 people in it, but I got the lowest grade on the papers. All of us did really poorly on the papers, but I did more poorly. I did worse than everyone else. So college has been full of a lot of uncertainties of like whether or not like I'm gonna get a good grade, or whether or not I'm gonna measure up with other people in the class, because to a certain extent, how well you do in a class and on a test is in comparison to other people. Even if your teacher doesn't grade on a bell curve, or if your professor doesn't grade on a bell curve, like they're going to be lenient depending on how well other people in the class do. So if everyone else in the class is getting an A on the paper and then you're getting a B on the paper, that makes it look like you're not as great of a student, or you're not trying as hard. So it kind of affects like your grade, if that makes sense. So I've had trouble navigating college, spending time with people while also working a lot. I work a lot over the weekends and even during the work days. I work 5 on-campus jobs while taking 5 classes, which most people at my university take 4 classes, but I've taken 5 classes every semester just because I have a really busy schedule, and then I work 5 jobs, and then I do YouTube, and it's just a lot to handle because, you know, I want some money on the side because I'm not a rich person, so I need to work if I want to buy things. Even like some necessities I need to buy, so I need to work. So that's hard to manage, like keeping your grades up while also working. So I've had struggled where like sometimes I haven't done as well on quizzes or tests because I was working, but I also need to work because I need money. So it's like there's that duality of college isn't just fun for me. Like I'm not the type of person that goes to a party and drinks a lot of alcohol and does a lot of crazy stuff and like parties every weekend. Like I don't party, I don't drink alcohol, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke weed, I don't vape, I don't do any of that stuff. When I feel like a lot of people of my age group are really into like heavy drinking, which that's part of being youth. Like a lot of youth in general throughout the ages like drink heavily, and then like they become more tame when they're older. But like especially like drug use, like marijuana is huge. I don't smoke marijuana, so I feel like it's hard for me to relate to people because I don't live the same life. Like I don't use substances, like, which alcohol is a huge part of connecting with people. And when you don't drink and you don't use alcohol, it can be hard for you to connect with people who use alcohol because when they want to hang out, they just want to drink. And when you don't want to drink, it's like they're heavily drunk and then you're not drunk, and then the situation is just awkward. So a lot of going to college has been navigating as an adult for the first time in my life, which is really strange because when you think about it, you become an adult when you're in college. Like you don't have anyone really guiding you. You don't have your parents there guiding you. You don't have like elders there guiding you. Maybe people in your church who were guiding you aren't necessarily guiding you now, because if you're going to college halfway across the country or in another country, you don't have those people physically there with you. So it's hard to find that type of guidance. So you're kind of on your own to a certain extent. And sometimes you don't know what to do with that power and with that freedom of being an adult. So you can make a lot of poor decisions, which that's also just part of being an adult. But that's a huge part of college. So for me, like when people think of college, they think about just like, I don't know, like just like drinking and like going to parties and like being in a lot of relationships and like, I don't know, like skipping class. But like for me, like college has been about heavily focused on academics. It's like I'm in school, friends are secondary. So like in regards to my priorities, like school, number one. Work, number two, which sometimes work has got in the way of school, and I've put work as number one. And friends have been like number like 25 on my list of priorities. Obviously, I have more priorities in school and work that are above that, like family, like God. But yeah, so it's been hard to manage, and sometimes I feel bad because people tell me college is supposed to be the best time of your life, but I'm like, I feel like high school was better for me. I feel like middle school was better for me. Like when I think of my glory days, I think of middle school. Like I was so happy then. Like, but in college I feel so much stress. Like my program is 5 years, and when I tell people my program is 5 years, I'm kind of like upset. I'm like, oh, 5 years. Like I have an extra year, because most people go to university for 4 years. And when I tell people my program is 5 years, they're like, wow, you're so lucky, you get to stay here longer. And I'm like, bruh, I want to be done. Like for some people, staying an extra year is something that they covet. It's something that they wish they could do, because you just get to stay with your friends and have this really fun and joyous time. Where I feel like for me, college is about the stress of managing like work, academics, and being alone. Because I'm not near family, I'm all by myself. So just know that if you feel like college isn't the best time of your life, that's okay. Like everyone goes through periods of time which are the best time of your life. Like it may be elementary school for you, it may be middle school for someone else, it may be high school for someone else, it may be college for someone else, it may be when you're 60. Like everyone goes through periods, and just because college feels like a great time for everyone else doesn't mean it has to feel like a great time for you. Like people experience different traumas like when they're in college. Like maybe your parents are getting divorced while you're in trauma, or maybe your parents are getting divorced while you're in college, or someone close to you died while you were in college. Like maybe you went through a really bad breakup which affected your academics. Like there are many reasons why college may not be the best time of your life for you. And I don't usually make videos like this. I usually make videos venting, but I don't give like a positive solution. But I'm making a video talking about my issues, but not venting. Like just saying my opinion on my issues and how you can perceive this opinion too to help you. So just know that just because a period of time is someone's best period in their life doesn't mean it has to be that same period in your life. Like for instance, I have a lot of friends that I went to high school with who are getting married. Like I'm 21 by the way. They're getting married, they're having children, and like, you know, sometimes I'm a little upset that I'm not getting married and having children, because like I love kids. So like, you know, sometimes I just like, I want a little kid, I want a little baby, and like I want to be married. But like, you know, that's not the stage of life that I should be in, because right now I'm in university. Getting married while in university is not very ideal. Like it happens, but it's not very ideal. And like that's just not the stage of my life that I need to be in right now. The stage of my life that I need to be in is being in college, is focusing on my academics. Whether or not I like it, like sometimes I don't love it. Sometimes I'm not having a great time, but I try and have a positive outlook, because, you know, not every period in your life is going to be a wonderful period. So with that being said, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I didn't have anything planned to say. I just wanted to give like a different outlook, that just because a period in your life is the best period for you doesn't mean it's the best period for other people. So don't let people pressure you into wanting a period of your life to be the best period in your life. Because for me, college is not the best period in my life. Like I will reminisce on certain things, I will reminisce on certain friends and relationships, but for the most part, like this has been a high stress period for me. I would like to be in a low stress period for the rest of my life. So I will take that knowledge and I will try and do what I can do so the rest of my life is less stressful. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, and feel free to comment like your opinions, or any advice you have for me, or advice you have for other people. Please keep it PG and friendly in the comments. Thank you.